Austin, Texas country. It's KOKE FM. Eric Rains. Proud to be joined in studio by my buddy, Jesse Raub Jr.
Yes, sir.
And the
Thanks
crowd,
for having me, bud.
And the crowd goes wild. Listen to that
Yes.
crowd, everybody. How are you, man?
Man, any better, I'd be twins.
It's been a while. And the last time, I got to say thank you. The last time we got to hug it out at the Moody Center, but you gave me a shout out, and that was so cool. You didn't have to do that.
Yes, I
want to
did.
thank my buddy Eric Rains at the Moody Center with a packed crowd, with you and Kojo, and of course Randy Hauser was there, put on a phenomenal show. That's always cool because next thing I know, my phone's lighting up, and they're like, "Hey, Jesse Raub just gave you a shout out at the Moody Center." I wanted to say, yeah, I was there. It was cool.
Man, we definitely had to give you a shout out. All the support you've given us over the years, and we didn't have anybody in Austin until you started spinning our songs, and man, we're grateful for that. And I don't want to forget the people that brought us to the dance. We're going to continue to dance with those folks, so we appreciate you.
Other way around, man. I appreciate you. Talk about getting to play here in Austin. You've come a long way. Obviously, your relationship with Cody, y'all been friends forever and written together, and you've written some of his, or co-written some of his biggest hits. But now going out on the road and opening up his show and watching how that monster in those sold-out arenas, that's got to be not only cool for you, but cool to watch it happen and be a part of the process.
It's definitely cool, man. It's I think we've been friends for over 15 years now, writing songs together, and both of us have grown as writers. You grow your circle in Nashville, and then to take those songs on the road that you've put your heart and soul into, and get the opportunity, the blessing to go play at places that probably 10 people know who you are. The reality of it is you go in there, no one knows who you are. And, man, I go down into the front row. I shake hands for me, just to kind of calm my nerves and, hey, how are y'all doing? I feel like I know these people. And then when we get done, I go back through there, and it's a total different deal, and
now they want their picture with you.
Absolutely.
Now they're going to meet you over the merch booth, and that's the goal, is to get any of those people one at a time, right?
Man, one at a time. I don't know if you ever heard the Jack Ingram story about Taylor Swift, but Taylor had got on to Jack. They were signing autographs one night, and her line was around the end of the building, and Jack said, my line was done. And I wanted to go drink beer and party. And I said, hey, quit having a 5-minute conversation with everybody. Let's get this done.
I think he said, quit kissing their ass, right?
And she walked over and said, hey, I'm going to get 1 million fans one at a time, and this is how I'm going to do it.
And she did it.
She did it. And so, you look at some people, and it's rock star. And then you look at some people, it's superstar. And, we may never make that, but we're definitely going to model how we act, how we treat people. And no matter 1 or 10,000, we want all of them. So we're going to try to shake every hand, kiss every baby, and make it happen.
One of the coolest moments, and I don't know that you set it up this way, but I met you at Music Fest several years ago, and we got to hang out and become friends that way. But and then to watch you perform at the Moody Center in front of that big crowd, I sat next to your father the entire time, and we had a blast. But it was, for me, I've lost my father, but I know what it's like to have a dad that's proud of you, and because my dad was very proud of me. But to watch his son on stage, and there were a couple times I'll look over, and I don't know if your dad is a crier or he gets emotional, but Dad was loving what he was seeing on stage, and he got emotional. He looked over at me, and we're fist bumping. That was a cool moment for me.
He's definitely proud of me, and I'm likewise, I'm proud of him. And but to have him be a part of the journey with us and get to experience a little bit of it, man, is totally just. It's a great feeling. I had my mom there. That was the first time my mom had ever seen me, period, in an arena. So to have her there, to have my dad there, and just that whole row that y'all were in, we bought the whole row so that we could put our people there. And
I appreciate being your people, man. That
to
was
have
awesome.
all of those folks there, there was my cousins were there, just different folks, man. And man, we're always grateful that anybody shows up to see us. You know what I mean?
Hanging out, Jesse Raub Jr. live in our studios, guitar in hand. I always love to hear you play something. And you said, I want to play some new stuff for you.
I do, man. I wrote probably 75 songs last year. And I'm proud of a few of them. After all of that writing, I've been writing with some of the best writers in Nashville. I feel like they are. Scott Shawn White wrote a lot of great songs with him last year, and he turned me on to a lot of great writers in Nashville. Adam Wheeler, Russell Sutton, Helene Cronin, Scott himself. Man, there was just so many great rooms, and we got so many great songs. Terry Joe Bonks, just so many of them. And I think it kind of upped my game. You know what I mean? To go down there and actually see how it's done. These people do this every single day, day in and day out. So for me to go in there and be able to get a lesson.
Iron sharpens iron, right?
Man, it felt good. It felt good to go in there and really up our songwriting game. You know, you think you write great songs until you go down there and then you're like, man, we got a lot to learn.
Yeah, when they're doing it every day and that's part of their gig. And it is part of your gig as well, but when somebody's a publishing and they go to work every single day to just... It's I wouldn't say a factory. There's emotion and their life is involved in it as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
they hold you to a higher standard.
I can imagine.
They don't just settle for lines.
You probably walk in there knowing I got to hold my. Because is there a little bit of chip of I got to prove something too here?
Man, I never go in there that I have anything to prove to anyone other than myself. I don't. But I do want to go pull my weight. Sure. I want to go in there and be present in that room and bring something, you know, whether it's a hook, the idea, you know, anytime you're in Nashville and you say, man, I got this song about this, and they say, what's the setup? What's it about? So you may not be there yet. You may be, man, I don't know what it's about. This is the idea. This is maybe what the first verse is about. This is what the last verse is about. We're going to save all this for the chorus, you know. So they have a roadmap. So it makes it a lot easier to write a great song with a good idea with great writers in the room. And, you know, having Scott on my team, man, it's definitely been that. It's way easier to write good songs with great folks. And I think it was Jim. He said, good songs are written, great songs are rewritten.
I like that. That's good.
So, man, they don't let me settle for lines. You know, they push me to be better. So this is a song that I shared. This is a song that I shared at the awards this year. And you were there, obviously, but I wrote this song with Scott Shawn White. The whole deal was, man, let's talk about things that are perfect just the way God made them. They don't need nothing but an amen. So this is called Amen. Coffee black, whiskey straight, Merle Haggard, King James, backyard baseball, fishing with Grandpa. Oh, an old 85 Chevy I can still turn a wrench on. Pure and simple things, way they were meant to be. Don't get no better, oh, it's gonna be that way forever. Perfect just the way God made them. Don't add nothing but an amen. Plain old t-shirt, worn out blue jeans. Girl, you got them baby blue greens looking right through me. Porch swing kissing, dancing in the kitchen. Well, now all day Sunday on the couch with you. Now that's living, yeah. Pure and simple things, the way they were meant to be. Don't get no better, oh, it's gonna be that way forever. Perfect just the way God made them. don't add nothing but an amen. From a fire in the fireplace to some blankets on the floor to just holding your hand at the grocery store. Pure and simple things, the way they were meant to be. Don't get no better, oh, it's gonna be that way forever. Perfect just the way God made them, yeah. I said perfect just the way God made them. Don't add nothing but an amen. Amen.
Jesse Raub Jr. Woo! The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
It's a good song, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Written by you. Did you write that by yourself, co-write?
Man, I wrote that with Scott Sean White. And Scott's out of Poetry, Texas.
Ooh, that just seems like it's fitting that.
I mean, just meant to be, wasn't it?
Like it should be a writer if you're from Poetry, Texas.
If you ain't, you should be.